Well, ladies, I am so glad that you guys are here for a break to educate all about billboards. It is my pleasure to introduce Barb Seals. Barb, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Absolutely, yes. I'm Barb Sales McElroy, and I am a senior account executive with Outfront Media Billboards. My background is always been media and some other stuff, but mostly media. I've been in media for 30 years, and I started out in media at the St. Louis American newspaper. I was there for 26 years,
Mhm.
and I decided to move and shift to something different. And so I've been at Outfront going on 5 years now. I am really the kind of the community liaison, building the bridge against from the African American community to billboards, the Hispanic community to billboards. And usually when I say that, it's because African Americans were not utilizing billboards as they have been in the last few years, thinking that billboards were too expensive, same as the Latino community did as well. And so I kind of came in and changed that dynamic. So I usually work with a lot of nonprofits. And so JP is dear to my heart. Uh, JP helped me purchase my first little home in Berkeley a few maybe a long time ago in the 90s. And I've also had some loans, some small business loans from JP. So now I'm here talking to you guys about how billboards can help you grow your business and get more branding for your business. Whatever you kind of want, we help you with whatever you need to try to become successful in your business. So that's where I'm at. And thank you guys for inviting me.
Well, it's a pleasure to have you. How we're going to move forward is as she goes through her presentation, if you have any questions, you can put them in the chat and then we'll answer them in the order. And then when she opens up, we'll have more questioning then. But as she's speaking and the question comes to mind, you can throw it in the chat and then I'll ask her when she's ready for questions. Okay?
Okay. All right.
All right, Barb, I'm muting. It is in your court.
Okay, well, let's get started. Okay. So I'm telling you, this is my home computer, so y'all got to be a little patient with me with this. Okay. So I don't do presentations on it. So I'm here for that. Okay. So out of home, we need to find out what's OOH, out of home. So out of home is simply advertising targeted toward you and me who travel outside our homes. And we have been traveling outside our homes for a while now, since the pandemic. We go to stores or taking mothers or loved ones to the doctors and things like that. So this means that any marketing material or advertisement consumers like us see while they are moving from one place to another, spending time going to restaurant, parks, movies, or shopping. And this is what makes out of home so impactful. Fun fact, out of home advertising is thousands of years old, dating back to the early Egyptian civilization. So I'm gonna let some of you guys do some of those fun facts for me. So let's go to the next one. Okay. Okay. The out of home process, as you can see, our one of our bulletins, which is one of our larger billboards, or it's being placed and actually construction on it. So basically, we go and find property owners, and if they are willing to let us put a board on their lot or their property, we can do that. That's how we get new inventory. And that's what we're going to be looking for in the future, because we want to build more digital boards instead of having a lot of static boards. And we'll go through that in a little bit. We coordinate with state and local officials to secure our permits for that. We don't just put them up. We build signs, and we build signs, larger signs, not just regular signs. And we work with national clients and advertising agencies and local people all over the world, planning advertising campaigns, as I was sharing with you guys about your advertising campaign. Our creative director works with our clients personally, and we suggest that that you have our creative director work with you, opposed to you having someone that you know, because our creative directors know how to say what needs to be said in a minimum amount of words, and we'll get to that as well. Because we're not a newspaper, so we can't put everything on the board. So we have our creative director she actually, or he would create the actual advertisement. Then what happens is that we order our material from Hannibal, Missouri. We don't have it here in St. Louis. And we have a full operations team, and we just actually moved down to St. Louis City from after 50 years. So we just got back it's been about almost a year ago now. And then we have a full operations team. Understanding billboards. So can someone read the fun fact for me? Come on, Tanya.
Understanding billboards. Billboards, also called bulletins and digital bulletins, that are placed along roadsides and highways where they are most traditionally found.
Okay, I need you
Posters.
to read the fun fact, but that's okay. I'll do the fun fact.
Oh,
'cause
the
you did
fun fact.
billboard.
I'm
That's
sorry.
okay. That's okay. That's okay.
I can read the fun fact.
That's
You
okay.
Okay.
Read the fun fact for me,
Okay,
Audrey. I'm sorry, Yolanda.
Out-of-home mobile are 2.5 times more effective at driving store visitation when paired together.
Yeah, that's true. It is. And we'll talk about mobile in a little bit as well. So Tanya just read that for us, the billboards. What is a billboard? We just found that out. And what's a poster? It's typically located in communities where people work, shop, and live. So those are the ones where they're smaller. So they are in the community where people drive 35 miles an hour, or they're walking or something like that. So the posters are in those communities. And so we have a wall, and our wall is basically around Busch Stadium. It's located around Busch Stadium, and it's just a big advertisement on the side of the wall. And let's see. We have mobile advertising, and the mobile advertising is on like mobile phones and on our tablets, on our iPads. So we serve ads, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. We'll serve ads to your iPhone, and or your smartphone. You may have seen that before if you were on a particular app. Like if I get on the Bible app or Candy Crush or something, it's a little ad at the bottom is flashing down at the bottom. And so that would be called a mobile ad. So these are the platforms that we offer. We have the bulletins, which we have over 700 bulletins in the state of Missouri. We have digital billboards. This is 27 locations. We have posters. These are the ones I said that cars go slower in the neighborhoods. Then we have digital posters, and those are in Alton, Belleville, and Baldwin. Then here's your wall right here. And then we have the mobile phones. Is there any questions now? We've gone over a little bit. No questions? Okay.
I did have one I put in the chat. I asked if this is revenue generating for the property owner that puts this on the location. Okay.
It is revenue generating for the property owner, but I could tell you now, since we are a property owner and we had a billboard. Well, we have a billboard on the side of our property. Not a lot of money, but it is. I mean, it's making revenue.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay, so we're going to go to the sample proposal. So let me lead up to this. So basically, if you call me and you say, Barb, I really want to get a billboard. I think I saw some, say for instance, on South Kings Highway or North Kings Highway, on Del Mar, or at Chambers and Halls Ferry. I just saw a lot of billboards I really, really want. And so you give me the location, and what I'll do is give you a sample proposal. I'll bring this, I would get as much information I needed from you to get the sample proposal created by our team. So sometimes when people get it and we send it over to them like this, you're like, what the world is this? I mean, this is way too much. It's overwhelming. And that's the reason why when you call and you ask, can I get pricing? All our boards are typically not the same price. So we can't give you pricing like that. If you tell us a particular board, we can go in and give you pricing, but it's best to do a proposal to have several boards, and then I can go over with you, like with the geopath spot. This geopath spot, make sure to let us know how many people is passing by this board. That's what this is about. And so how many people passing by this board would be, I believe they do, here it is right here. In 4 weeks, it's 1,254,304 people passed by that board in 4 weeks, and they're 18 years or older. So you say that's a pretty good board. Okay, that's a pretty good board. So we have the media. It would be a bulletin. We talked about the bulletins, right? And then it talked about the number. What number is it? This is the unit number. Then we have the location. Where is this located? I-55-64 on the MLK Bridge. And so we're going to have a little test in a little while on how to read that. So I'm not going to read it right now. So what is it? It's a primary read. So it's on the right hand side of this is right hand side of the highway. Then it goes with the latitude and longitude. You could put these numbers in your Google and it would take you right to the board, because sometimes you can't find the board, right? So it's the size is 14 by 48. It's illuminated. The light is on for 12 hours. And then we had a 4-week period. This is each week, 313,000 people, over 313,000 people go by there. As we said, in 4 weeks is over 1 million. The cost of that board is $1,300 for 4 weeks per period. A period is 4 weeks. The production cost is $686. The available date was 10, which would have been October 23rd. What's on that copy? If I want to go see it, what's on that board now? So the copy would be Citizens for Modern Transit. So that's how you read that. And so it's very helpful when someone sends you something like this, that you get them to go over it with you. Any questions on this one? Okay. So understanding the photo sheets. So let me go right back up a little bit on this one. This is the proposal right here. It's going to be an Excel spreadsheet. So at the bottom down here, you will have all your tabs with photo sheets that look like this. Most people forget that. They don't even see it. And they're like, well, what is all it? I don't even know how this board looks. So all the boards are going to be down at the bottom of the spreadsheet, the Excel spreadsheet. And they have tabs. So you open that tab and it's going to look just like this. The tab is going to look like this. And so this is our test now. Okay, it's not really a test. It's just going over it. So what market are we in? We're in the St. Louis market because Outfront is everywhere. And what's the board number that I want to look at? I want to look at 1414. That's the board number. Sometimes the board numbers are on here, right down here on the boards. Most of them, they're not. Then you have the address. So this is how you read the address. So can I get someone to read the address for me? right here. Can you see it?
Yeah,
Mhm.
I can read it.
Okay.
Interstate 70, 60 feet west of St. Nicholas,
Mhm.
the south side of the street facing west.
Okay, so right here, you're saying
Mhm.
I-70, 60 feet west of, because this part right here is not gonna be on there. So it'll be 60 feet west of St. Nicholas on the south side facing west. So that's how you read that.
Mhm.
And that's going to be very important for you when you go and you're looking for boards. Now, most of my clients that I take on a market ride. So you don't have to go and try, you're my co-pilot. So we will locate the boards together. So I've already pretty much have gone ahead of you. And then when you get in the car, we go see these boards like this. Every board that you would like to see, we go and we actually physically see them, because sometimes vegetation like this will get in the way of the board. It might be hanging, just because I have this photo, this might have been taken 10 years ago. Well, it might have vegetation over that board. Do you want that board? Half of your board gone and you're paying $1,300 for that board for 4 weeks? No. So you would say, no, I don't want that one. Let's go down a little further. You want something like this board right here. See how that car is coming around the bend. That board right there is sitting right in the middle of the highway, but it's not. So actually, it's once he gets up on that board, it's going to change. It's going to go back over to, on the right hand side, because the highway, of course, is not straight. It's like a snake. And so that's the type of things that you want to look for with boards. Even that board over here on the left hand side, this board can look like it's right in the middle. We have a board at Jenna Station Road and I-70, and it's on the side like this, but that board looked like it's sitting right like this green board is in the middle of the highway. Very good board. So you want to look, that's how you buy boards. You have to make sure that you're looking at your boards. Don't just let someone tell you, oh, just pick out the board that you want me to have, or I just want this board, and then don't go see it. It's not good to do that. The boards are too expensive to just, this is an investment. When you are purchasing billboards, you are investing in your business, and you want the best boards, the best locations that you can. So on this side right here, this particular board is 400, the impressions on it weekly is 492,318. It's a 14 by 48, which is a bulletin. It's on I-70. This is a zip code, the latitude and longitude. Okay. It's illuminated, and extensions. We're going to talk about extensions. That's really good too. It separates you from a whole nother business. It separates you. If two businesses are the same and you have a particular business that you want to overshadow this other business because you want to get more clients from them, away from them. And so an extension may help you do that. So the spec sheet, that's just saying that it's a bulletin. And then the geopath, that's the one that talks about the very first one I told you about. It helps us to know how many people are passing by. Okay. We are the most visible media platform in the U.S. We have 50 out of the 50 top markets, 123 DMAs, 600 canvases. 600 canvases. 600,000 canvases. Sorry about that. 13 billion weekly impressions. That's pretty big. And Americans reach weekly 75%. This is what our firm reach. We reach 75% of the Americans pass by our median. I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna go over this one, and then we're gonna see if you have any questions. The St. Louis media map. So as you can see, all these, the bulletins are blue, the posters are red, The digital mediums are black, and then the digital posters are green. Then we have the wall that's brown. So you see, we're concentrated all over. This is the Illinois side. This is the St. Louis side. This is North County. This is South County. So we're pretty much all over everywhere in the St. Louis metro area. Anybody have any questions?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What is the name of the company? Is that
Out front?
Out Front? Okay.
Out front. Yes. OUT, all caps. OUT, FRONT. One word.
And we were thinking in terms of a neighborhood, trying to have something like that, you know. And I mean, we're just throwing it out there, you know, how feasible would it be to have a bulletin board that has the neighborhood information like changing, like notification of the meetings, events, what's happening actually in the neighborhood. And could that even be affordable for something like that? Have you ever done anything like that for a neighborhood specifically?
No, we have not. I know the chambers have done that because it's a little bit it's less expensive at the chamber. Now we have a digital board that's going down by the NGA, down by Parnell and Natural Bridge. We have a board down there now. It's a static poster, and we are going to change that to a digital bulletin. I'm unsure if your neighborhood could afford that particular board because our digital boards are a little bit more expensive. But you can get up to 5 different creatives in that if you do decide to go with that board, because you just don't get just that one creative. You can get up to 5 different creatives. So it would be rotating. So I'm unsure if you're going to be able to, I don't know what your budget is. We can give your proposal on it and we can find out. We have not changed it over yet, but that's how it is. But if you were talking about the static board in your neighborhood, I kind of heard where your neighborhood was, then that would probably not be feasible for you unless you're talking about, because what will happen is that your dates would probably become stale dated because you wouldn't want to pay for installation. If, say for instance, you have a event coming up like Valentine's Day, you had a Valentine's Day event. Well, you start advertising 2 weeks out from Valentine's Day. You still have to stay on that board for 4 weeks. Then you have stale dated copy. That's what they call it. So if you decide you want to take that down, then you'll have a charge for having had to take it down and then put up a new copy. So that's not really not feasible for you. You probably would need something like a digital board, which it could change we can change that daily. Yeah.
You would automatically change it. Wouldn't be an app like we could change it and add, you know, what we want to add.
Yeah, because we can give digital up as soon as possible. Static usually take up to 3 to 4 days to get up. Sometimes it's according to weather. Like yesterday, they couldn't post yesterday because of the weather. It's just according, but digital you can immediately.
What all thank you for having this session. What all impacts price? Is it, you know, location along with, you know, the size of the font, the size of the fonts, the color that you select, and what all goes into impacting the price?
Let me go through this. Let me go through a couple more. Are you going to be on for a little while? Maybe about 10 more minutes.
Ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah, I
So
will.
let me go through these couple of slides, and then I'm going to show you I'm going to show you actual creatives, and then we're going to go through the creatives, and then I can tell you that. Is that okay?
That's good. Also, you all gather any, you know, data from, you know, some of your clients to indicate the impact of your posters, you know,
Yes, we do.
to determine.
Yeah, I can send that to you. We have something that's called case studies. I just had one from my client in Illinois. Her name is attorney Jocelyn Sanderford, and she actually her calls started to come in way more than she thought. So she had to eventually hire someone else to come in and help with that. But she was kind of evasive in advertising first, because when I first came over almost 5 years ago, she was one of my first clients and she didn't do anything. And she was like, I don't know, Barb, I'm gonna have to wait. So she came in last year, and this is her third campaign that she's running now. And she just upped another campaign until the end of the year, because it's working very well for her. So she has her board over in Illinois on 64, and she also has her picture and her partner's picture on there, which is very important. That's why we want to talk about creative, because we could talk about all this stuff, but at the end of the day, you got to have something that look like this. Now hiring, you already know what this says. This, well, what are you hiring for? But it needs to just say it. You don't have to have a bunch of words on here to say what this needs to say. And so we do have, like you asked, we do have case studies from our clients. Okay, so we pretty much are the most trusted medium that's around. 58% consumers believe that they what they see in out-of-home ads than any other format. So if they see something in the out-of-home ad, it's not like these people are saying are lying that they're hiring. They know they're hiring. This is going to happen. They know the people down here know that they can call and get a response from this phone number. So that's what they're saying, the most trusted. The highest recall, 86% could recall a brand or product name, like McDonald's. Of course, that's one of the ones that we always kind of remember is McDonald's. And so that's one of the clients that also advertise with us. It generates interest. 75% of the consumers looked into a brand product after seeing an innovative out-of-home ad. They go on Google and they Google it. And that's what Attorney Sandiford was saying. She was like, yeah, Barb, they went on Google because they had either had her name, or she didn't do a phone number. She did her web address. Now, some people have to do a phone number, just like Audrey was saying about her local community. Well, some people don't want to go on the website. They want to do phone numbers. So sometimes we do not want you to do phone numbers, but if you have to do them, you got to do phone numbers. And again, this is kind of a little duplicate of what we just went over. We'll skip this one. And let's go to this one. Static versus digital units. So a static unit, can anyone tell me what a static unit is? Like a static billboard? Okay, so a static billboard is the one that does not move. It just stays just right there.
Okay.
Yeah, it don't move. So a digital billboard is different. It moves with up to 7 other advertisers. So we're saying static versus digital. So it's kind of a preference on your business. How do you want to advertise your business? Do you want to be in a person's face all the time? This is a static board right here. So QT is in your face all the time. QT is one of the brands that everybody knows. And so right here, Today Show with Anthony Slaughter, this is going to rotate because this is one of the most expensive units that we have, which is a digital unit on Highway 6440 and Hanley. And we just made this unit a digital board. So this rotates. He's not going to be up there but 10 seconds, and then he's going to rotate and go, someone else is going to be up there. So static units, the location ownership, you own that for however long you decide, 13 periods, which is a whole year, or 4 weeks. It's one advertiser, and many other creative options, including extensions and props. You can put those on static. You can't do that on digital. Longer turnaround time. Yeah, we have a longer turnaround time because it's vinyl that we have to print out. Digital, you flip a switch. Production fees. There's production fees. They are for the vinyl has to be printed out, and then 4 weeks of advertising commitment has to be for a static. Space cost, sorry, you said cost, is usually lower than the digital boards. It's usually lower than the digital boards, but I believe just by selling the digital and the static is almost the same, because you got to remember you got space here and you got production here. So you got two costs, space and production. On the digital, it's only one cost, which is just the space, and it's going to be sharing up to 6 to 8 other advertisers. So day parting for digital would be if you say, well, Barb, I kind of only want to be on there when it's traffic, like a lot of traffic, and then, you know, that's rush hour. So you could say, I only want to be there from 3:30 to 7:30. And so we can just put you on those board, on the digital board from 3:30 to 7:30 every single day. It's bright. The colors are bright and they get your attention. Ideal for short or long-term durations. You can do a week, you can do 2 weeks, you can do 3 weeks. The cost is usually higher than the static units according to location. Like I just told you, that one that's up here, the $5,200 one, that's because it's at Hanley and I-6440. This is how we reach everyone. We reach them with something that's called Smart Scout. And so if you tell me that you want to reach, say for instance, you have a, let's see, you have a flower shop. If you have a flower shop, what we will do is look at all the flower shops. These are all the flower shops, and would just pretend these are all the flower shops that's in St. Louis metro area. What we'll do is show you all the bulletins that are around those flower shops, and you can say whatever your budget is. You can say, oh, I want to be over here in this one because I know this flower shop gets a lot of business in Chesterfield, so I want to get a board over in this area. So we use something that's called Smart Scout. It's a third-party resource for us to make sure that we are getting the actual people that you need to come into your shop. Any questions, Jack?
I had one question back on one of the extensions. Now, what exactly, when you describe extensions, what does that really mean when you say extensions?
Okay, we're going to talk about that. Give me 3 more minutes. We're going to get down to the actual creatives, and then we'll show you extensions. We're going to show extensions are basically creative that extends over the billboard like this. And so it helps you to become different than other people. Sometimes people just put like a boring ad up, and then you could put an extension up, and your ad is like, wow, oh, that's a nice ad. So I'll show you some of those in a minute. More people are on the roads, as we talked about that as well. Let's see. I'm trying to see if we can pass by some of this because we've already kind of talked about a little bit of it. We talked about the mobile. So if you want more information on mobile, you can contact me about mobile, and then I'll give you more information, because we have over 100,000 apps that our campaign can serve, meaning can give to a person that you're trying to reach. If you got a bridal shop and you're trying to reach brides, what will happen is that we will serve up people that we will serve their cell phones ads that talks about the bridal shop or your shop per se. But that person will have to be going into like a bridal boutique, or somebody that sells flowers, or like a florist. We can put those particular stores or items into a algorithm, and they will serve up that particular ad to that person. So that one is a little bit more in depth, but we can get through it. I could talk to you about that as well. So now this is what you guys were waiting on. Okay, so this is the creative samples. We do all types of creative. So right here, that's a lot for a creative, but people have done it before. These are mannequins. And this would be an extension, as you were asking about. And so that's kind of more of the elaborate one. And so we have a regular ad from Job Corps. This is a regular ad. As you can see, it's only a certain amount of words in that, how many words? Up to 7 words with your name or logo or website, a photo, or you can also use graphics as well. That's just another one that kind of shows, it looked like it's a lot on this ad, but it's really the food that's going to attract the person.
Mhm.
This is their website address. They're telling you we're in the Grove. And these are the words. So basically you don't have a lot on a billboard because first of all, they're not going to see a lot going 75 to 85,
Right,
90,
right.
90 miles an hour.
Makes sense.
This is also, these right here, these are little extensions. You see how this little dinosaur feet is hanging off of here?
Mhm.
All this is vinyl. Every last one of this area right here is vinyl. Okay, and so right here is the extension, and right there is the extension. So you don't have to have elaborate extensions. You can have something that sets you apart. This bank has another bank that's coming into Union, Missouri. They wanted something different. They're like, okay, our mascot is dinosaur, so we're going to play up on the dinosaur and we're going to do something different. And they all about community, so that's why they got the football and all that, high school. Here's another type of extension. These are extensions.
Mhm.
And extensions are $31 per square feet. So what will happen is our operation team will actually measure each one of these, each extension, and give you a cost on it. Todd, I'm gonna go back up and talk to you about the cost in a minute. This is an extension.
Mhm.
Because if you're talking about veins, some people I've seen that have veins, they do the back side of the leg. This is different because you're going to get attention, somebody's feet hanging up over a billboard. And these are the before and afters, because some people will bring something like this to us and say, oh, I want this on on my board. And I just really need a lot of people calling me. Well, we think that we always can do things better. And so what happened is that our creative director did this one instead of this one. So it gives you more of a home feeling, and even though it's a budget lodging, it gives you more of a home feeling to it. And this is another one, Honeybee RV. So they say RV, but where's the RV? So they put the RV in here. And the last but not least would be a Quality Printing Company. As a printing company, I expected that they want to put everything except the kitchen sink on there. And they got all the logos and everything else. You want your ad as clean as possible. They can go online and get the logos. So let me go back up to let's see. We're going to go back up to talk to Todd about cost. Okay, here we go. Okay. So we were talking about this a little bit earlier, and we were saying that it is according to location, and this is the location description. Second. Uh-oh. I forgot. I'm sorry, you guys. I said I'm at home and don't usually use my home computer. Okay, so the inventory is the media, it's bulletins. The inventory is this is the number. This is your location. So as you can see, this location right here is 6440 and it's on the MLK Bridge, compared to one at 55 and 64 and Division. So this was like $200 difference on the cost of it, even though this one is the MLK Bridge is a little bit more. But if you look at how many impressions they get, the MLK Bridge gets more impressions than the one that costs more. And the one that costs more is only because it's probably in a area where people can see it. It's not distracting. The MLK Bridge, even though people are going, 1 million people travel over there, they're going to the ball game, they're going toward the Lumiere and all those places like that. They are really probably not really looking at the boards like that, but they are, this is how many people that pass by there. But these people right here for the Davison, this is more likely in an area where a school or something like that is at. It's according to, that's just how it is. It's according to where, if it's schools around there, even though it says that a lot of more people pass by there, it's according to what's in that area. There's no schools over here, but because it's not that many impressions, but you're getting people that are still going to look, and we can charge that amount because you got schools, you got Schnucks, you got other companies that's over there that matters, and that's the reason why we could charge more for that bulletin. Nothing is around here, but people do pass by there. Does that make sense to you?
Oh, yes, it does. I just want to make, I kind of figured that it probably was a cost associated with the location. I just want to know whether or not it was the fixed cost, because if not, I'm in the market where that, the impressions might be high, the impressions might be low, but the niche I'm serving is high in the impression. So, so more people I'm trying to capture is in that location, but less traffic is coming to the location, if you understand what I'm saying.
Yes, I do.
So if I'm in a niche, well, something to somebody, some t-shirts, and impressions might be 900, but in that impressions, 500 of those people I'm trying to reach,
Right.
opposed to trying to capture everybody that might be coming down that road. So if it's I know fixed cost is feasible to me, for it to be in a location where it's not that expensive.
Yeah, and what we would do with that, Todd, we would do something that's called Smart Scout. We will that Smart Scout would let us know, because you would tell me how many people are, what's your demographic? That's basically what you would tell me. Is your demographic from 18 to 25 or from 18 to 54? You will have to tell me your demographic. We would put that in our Smart Scout tool, and it will let us know where we can get those particular people for you to sell your t-shirts to. We can even go with African American, we can go with Caucasian, we can go with Latino. We have that capability. And so it was basically
that's real
good.
Well, they help you niche down to your market. That's good. That's good to know.
It will give you it'll give you certain boards. Now that's there's an algorithm, right? So we still got to go in and say, is this a good board for us? Because I just did that yesterday with one of my clients, and I'm like, he don't want Illinois, but we didn't say X Illinois out. So we just took the Illinois board off, but all the rest of the boards looked right on point with what he needed. So you have to have a custom proposal. Otherwise, you're going to be picking blindly. I'm not sure if you were on when I was talking about market rise. You have to go on a market ride with your person that's selling you or consulting with you, because if market ride means you going out to see the boards, you got to go see the boards for yourself. That might not even be an area you want to be in, but the proposal say, oh, this is a good area for you to be in. And then you go because I'm just saying, because I believe all of us are African American on here. If we say we know our hoods and we know where we live. We may not, or where somebody else live, we may not want to be over there in that area. We may know that it's a desert over there because we know our area. We know our neighborhoods. So I don't want to be over there in that area, but the algorithms say, oh, you need to be over there. So we can change anything. It's not set in stone.
Thank you, boy.
Yeah. And then you were asking about the cost. As you can see here, the cost can be a little bit different with cost, but don't ever get a proposal and don't negotiate. That's what you're business people. You need to negotiate. Any proposal you get, you negotiate on that proposal. I'm telling you that.
So what areas of negotiation or what language of negotiations would you be dealing with? You be dealing with, the amount of impressions, or you be dealing with,
No, you negotiate on price.
service?
We can't do impression. Impressions is dictated by this GeoPath ID. So what you have to negotiate is on price. You may not be able to negotiate on production because production is pretty set. But on pricing, whenever somebody give you anything, you negotiate. I don't care if they give you $5 off. That's $5 you didn't have to pay. But always negotiate. Always negotiate.
Which I understand, boy. I don't know this industry. I'm asking you,
Okay, sure. So you're saying how much do you talk about how you should negotiate? You say, can you bring well, I really like that board on I-55, 64 and division. But I ain't got my budget don't look at 1,500. It look maybe around, give them some lower, maybe around 13. And then they may say, well, I can't do 13, but can we do 1350? Well, that's a 150, what is that? 150, whatever it is, however much money, 250, whatever it is. That's off of what you would have been paying. So I'm saying for you to negotiate, always go down, go even if it's a crazy down, let them come back and say that because they want to sell. And I'm not telling y'all to go nowhere else. I'm just saying, you need billboards, you call me, but you still negotiate with me. You're like, boy, I ain't got this. What can you do for me? So I'm telling you that to teach you.
That was my thinking. That was my thinking, boy. I'm negotiating with you.
Yeah, I'm good with that. I will always be good with that. I'm for our community. As I said, I came over here and I've done a lot with our community in the last 4.5 years.
Okay, well, I know we probably as a neighborhood can't afford you, but this one question you shared when you were saying that someone said that they may just want to be they're signed to show maybe between 8 and 3. Are they sharing the space with someone else that might be doing 6 to 10 or something like that?
Are you talking about the digital boards?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So how the digital boards work is that you have we have 8 spots on the digital board.
Okay.
8 spots. And so one of the spots is for a particular, like the national people that come in and they purchase boards. So we always have to leave that spot. So that's why you're going up to 7. You would be one of 7 advertisers that will be advertising. So those 7 advertisers or 8 advertisers will have 10 seconds and an 80-second loop. So every 80 seconds, you'll get 10 seconds. Your ad will be shown 10 seconds. Every 80 seconds, your ad will be shown 10 seconds. And so in that 10 seconds, you can have up to 5 different creatives, just like with Todd. So you want 5 different t-shirts.
Okay.
Different designs, right? Okay. So you'll put a design on each time you come around. You'll have a different design. Okay. That's no additional cost, but that's the advantage of a digital board.
And that's if you're sharing the board, it's more economical by doing it like that as opposed to just having.
But it is. A lot of people don't like it, but it is very economical. But it's also that having a brighter, having a bigger board, a brighter in colors and all that is, and you're seeing over 900 times a day. So that's you literally seeing when people are sitting in traffic, people is looking at you. I don't know if you all have seen the young entrepreneurs on our board. We have some little kids, they're called YBK kids. And we are in partnership with them for the community, and we have them rotating. It's 21 of them. And they just rotating. They was rotating in a spot on last Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. They did that from 5 to 9:30 so their parents could go in and help them, and take pictures of them with their board when they come back around. But they were so excited, but it's so many, we had so much feedback. So many people called and said, oh my goodness, that is so nice that the children are up, and they all entrepreneurs, from writing a book to making candles. They all entrepreneurs. We've been doing this the last 4 years, I think. Last 4 years. So yeah, the digital boards are great. They're great. You just have to, now, if you're gonna buy a board, invest in that board, save your money, invest in that board, because I know if you're small businesses, you don't have a big budget to, be advertising in, but save your money. Don't just say, I want this board so I can be up. No, save your money and make an impact. Summer is coming. With the t-shirts, summer is coming, family reunions, you could start advertising in April or whatever, but save some money and get your board.
So do you have
you mentioned that. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, Barb, you got a website that, talks about specific things that, maybe I could have my team look at and say, oh, maybe this would work, or.
We have a website. It's just that our website, we the website, I guess you could say.
Barb, I remember we came out to your location before. Do you guys still have people come out and see the location where they can have like more in-depth conversations about the boards?
Yes,
Okay.
we do. We do have lunch and learns at our location. We just have to get, I like to have 25 clients to come out. We probably could have more now because, we're not, Yolanda, we're not even there anymore.
Oh, I may come out to the next one just so I can see.
We're in the city now on Papin, in the Grove area, and we have a awesome, beautiful office in the city. And we have a beautiful conference room. If it gets too big, we can go in our operations department, and it's just awesome to even just go and see it. She could tell you, just to even see how the boards are made. Not really made, but stretched to go up on top of the board.
What's your address? Because that's pretty close.
Well, when is the next lunch and learn that you guys are having? If you
it's not us, it's me. I always have lunch. They've never had a lunch and learn. I did that.
Okay, so can you guys put your email address in the chat so when she has the next lunch and learn, you guys can come out and speak even further with her about it?
Yeah. That'd be great. You could bring your whole team.
Yeah.
What is your address, boy? Where you located on the Grove?
She's in the Grove.
Ty, you got to ask me about my address, and we just moved. Okay.
You gotta look it up, huh?
Look up the address. It's 4 something. Hold on a second, Todd.
Oops.
I didn't memorize that one. But yeah, we can definitely, if you are interested, I can get a lunch and learn together quickly, and you all can come. Because I think it's just best to, I don't know what's going on with this. Hold on 1 second.
I know.
I think it's best to see it, see the whole, everything. And it's just amazing to see how everything is done in our office. So it's 4015 Papin.
What is
Do you have, can you give
2015.
us your contact information?
Sure. Yes.
I'm well,
You said
everybody know I'm
115
Tiana Broad.
Tappan.
4015
Oh,
PAPIN 63110.
You can put it in the chat.
Your email and phone number, if we wanted to contact you directly?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
So what do you recommend in regards to have an impact on the time? I know that you mentioned it's a 4-week spans, but what in your, estimation you think would be feasible for a company when they do invest in these boards? Should it be 4, 8, 12?
Yeah, so
what is the-
that's a good question, because an actual campaign, a lot of people don't understand that an actual campaign is 12 weeks. Because that gives the people time enough to see your ad. And if you want to change in between that time, you can. You could change creative during that time. But it's 12 weeks. And if you can't do 12 weeks, do 8 weeks. I do not suggest that you do 4 weeks.
Okay, thank you. All right, JP, you hear that now. We're gonna have to have a little bit more money coming in that marketing
Come
budget
on
for
with
small
it.
businesses.
You got step up loans if that's something. I think marketing is very important. And if that's something that you need more financing for, you can reach out to your loan counselor and they will let you know what the process is. But yes, definitely. We want you guys to drive traffic to your location so you can make more money.
Yeah. And definitely have a strategy. That's another thing that we need to talk about, is having a strategy in buying media all the way around, not just billboard, because billboard may work for some, may not work for others. So
Yeah.
you want it to work for you, because you got some people like radio. I don't particularly sell against any medium, but radio, I don't even listen to radio. So I can't get it out in North County, no way. So, it's static. And so I usually use Sirius or whatever. But you got to use the right medium. Just like I was telling you about the cell phones, like everybody use cell phones, right? You got to do that. You got to think about maybe doing some Google ads or something like that. Would you be Todd? Would you be in? I didn't ask you all your, different businesses, but I remember Todd had the T-shirts. But even dealing with the T-shirt, you have a local company, right? Todd.
Yes.
Okay, you have a local company. Just your FYI, I have a client that has a billboard that's on, and he has it for a year. That's on it's not Kate's, it's Kings Highway. Where the is that an Aldi or Schnucks at Kings Highway in
Page.
Delmar?
Oh, no, Delmar. That's Aldi's.
Aldi's. Okay, so if you make that right turn off Delmar onto Kings Highway, and you go down maybe a half a mile, on the left hand side is a billboard right there. It's one of our billboards, and it used to have a Serenity on it. It was
Right.
whatever we call that.
Funeral home.
It's funeral homes. Thank you. It was a funeral home, but now it's a place where he's advertising that you can do your own T-shirts. Have you seen that board?
No, I haven't.
So now
But
you
I know
want
the
to get out.
location you're talking about.
Yeah, go by there. He got everything at the kitchen sink on that board, but it talks about how you can run your own business. Right now, you need to get out there and make sure that you get your market share, because everybody don't want to run their own business, and some people don't want to. People are trying to buy African American a lot now, so you may want to do that. You may want to speak that out. So you have to have a strategy. Yes, ma'am.
I have a
Tiana,
question.
I'm sorry, I was calling you something else.
It's just Tiana, just like Diana,
Okay,
but
Tiana.
with a T. So I met Hank.
He's not real
Hank,
estate.
yeah, with Out Front and Selena. I don't know if she's still there.
Yeah, she was my assistant, and she's no longer there. She got married to one of the guys and left.
Okay.
And Out Front.
Yeah, so I met a couple out front, but I just met Frank. He's is he like part owner or something?
He
Or
should be. He been there for 40 years.
okay,
Hank is our real estate agent, real estate manager. So Hank, remember
okay,
I was showing you the boards where we go and we purchase boards. Well, we build boards on other people's land. So Hank does all that coordinating, getting the permits and all that kind of stuff. He's more of the people that deal with the alderman, and he knows every alderman that's around St. Louis and all that.
So if you have vacant lots and you interested in putting doing the billboards, is that what you're talking about when you have vacant lots?
Usually they kind of do a market research first. They first of all, St. Louis City is not allowing us to put any more boards, like build them from the ground up anymore. Like we can change our static board to a digital now. We can do that. But not in St. Louis City yet. We're lobbying for that right now.
Okay.
So, but we could do that all over St. Louis County. But they're not really buying like poster boards and things like they're not buying any of those anymore.
Okay.
So if you had a lot, and Hank would probably have to tell you whether or not it's in their plan to put something over there.
And is that
Yeah.
like a permanent?
So my question,
I'm sorry, go ahead, Diana.
I was just want to ask a question. We got off target, but my question is, so I just opened an event space and culture center, and my target. You was talking about Thank you. You was talking about target market, and our target market is older individuals, basically seniors, small business, nonprofits, faith-based individuals and organizations. Those are who we want to serve. Not that we won't serve outside of that market, but that's who we would like to target to rent our space.
Okay.
And so that's why if I can connect with you later, if I get a poster or something out there, how do we market our?
Where is it located?
It's in Bayton. It's on Broadway. It's in the Broadway Business District.
Okay.
It's called Broadway's on Broadway. So if you
You
go
know
out,
what? My cousin get ready to call you about my brother-in-laws. They're twins, and I wanted to get them a surprise birthday party. And
you know what, Diana? I belong to a woman called Our Second Act, and we do a lot of outreach, organization, and I'd be interested to know how large of event space do you have? I mean, how many people?
It's really pretty on the
Diana,
outside. I haven't seen the inside.
Put your number in the chat so they can get your number. They have your
Okay.
email. Put your number in
Yeah,
there
you know
too.
my cousin Pamela Simmons, right? You doing something with Pamela Simmons at
Well,
the
no,
St. Louis American?
yes, Pam. But she was just trying to call me.
See, we call you about us trying to get together for my cousin, her cousins.
Okay. No,
Yeah, it's
I'm
beautiful
glad I
on the
brought that
outside.
up
I
then.
haven't seen the inside. In fact, I was talking to her on the phone when I was passing by your place, and I didn't know. And when she said, "Oh, I got a place," so yeah, so we'll be
she was just
contacting.
and I thought that
So
was
we are going to put your
Okay,
number
I'll
in, Tiana,
Okay.
so they can get in contact with you. And I want to be respectful of everyone's time. We've already been an hour. Barb, what's your number if you want me to put it in the chat?
314 463 7794.
Okay, 314 463
463 7794. You may have my other number, but that's the number.
So are there any more questions for Barb? If not, you guys can feel free to reach out to her. She will definitely help you guys at that number there if you have any more questions. But I do want to let you guys know that you should receive a survey. If you just fill out the survey after the lunch and learn, it really helps us to be able to do more of these to get this information to you for your businesses, okay? It
Yes,
only takes, go ahead.
do
I'm
she
sorry,
have
it
an
only takes
email
like 10
address?
seconds. Say
Mhm.
again? Yeah, I'll
Barb,
put
do
it
she?
there. Barb, what's your email?
It's Barb, BARB .Sills, S as in Sam, ILLS at outfront, one word, .com.
Can I do a little commercial, Justine? You know, it says Justine Peterson. I don't know if I know your name.
My name is Yolanda Nelson. I'm sorry. I do apologize. I should have said that when we started.
And maybe you did. So, Yolanda, just because you're in our neighborhood, I'm just going to shout out, we get ready to have our fish fry at St. Alphonsus Rock Church.
Oh,
And
I go there all the time. I know
Bob Boyle.
Troy.
Yeah, you got something last, we're going to
Yeah.
do it in March, right after our Ash Wednesday. So
Yeah, we'll be there. We're ready. Where's the flyer?
I'll be sending you stuff. I'll get that flyer to you.
Let me give you
It's
my
at St.
email.
Alphonsus Rock Church, which is cooking grand, and it's the bomb now. I'm just saying.
What time?
Well, we usually start
Bam.
taking orders at 11, so the flyer's coming. So I'll give it to
I put my
Yolanda, and she
email
can
in there, but ma'am, whoever makes that cobbler, tell them they need to make more, okay? Because I'm
Well,
not
you know what?
coming.
I'm telling you, girl, that they have. That's an addition. So
I know.
so they have that. Sometimes they have all apple. They have peach and apple. They have blueberry
And cherry.
nuts, and we're like, what?
Yeah.
What day
So
is
we need,
this?
we
Uh-uh.
need some apple cobbler. Okay. We got there and it was all going. Y'all can tell when it's good, when it's gone, right?
Yeah.
So
Yes.
tell that lady in the kitchen who's making the cobbler that we need more. We'll definitely take a tray of that ourselves. But you guys have been great. If you have more questions, you can reach directly out to Barb Sills. If you have any questions about financing for marketing, you can feel free to call your loan officer and let them know that this is something that you're interested in. I thank you for your time, Barb. Thank you so much. This has been awesome.
And Yolanda, 1 second, there's
Sure.
no cost for the proposal.
Oh, that was my question. Thank you for answering the question. So it doesn't cost anything to find out. And I know this is a viable resource. There was a time when there were small businesses from our company that some of our small businesses did go through Outfront, and all of them had, one guy called and he was like, I had so many views and people were calling them all the time. So this is real. That's why we're bringing it to you guys, because it does drive traffic. Okay.
Yes, it's been wonderful.
March
I know.
7th. March 7th, the first fish fry.
All right.
March 7th.
March
Yeah.
7th, Friday 6th. I'll get the flyer out to you though.
Thank
All right,
you,
it's been wonderful being the only brother with these beautiful African women. You all have a
Thank you,
wonderful day.
Todd. Thank you, Todd. Have a
Thank
great
you.
day, y'all.
Thanks, see ya.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.